Hello and welcome back to a Pokemon Showdown team building episode. Today we are making a team around Glaceon, and I have to start off by saying one thing. I have an idea that I want to try in this tier because, I mean, we're in PU. PU is a pretty relaxed tier, there's not amazingly competitive Pokemon like in OU, for example. So the team I'm making isn't going to be 100% around the Glaceon, so this team might actually end up terrible. Like I said, I'm trying stuff and it may work, it may not. Either way, we'll see. So, when it comes to a moveset, Glaceon doesn't have very much variation in its moves. Like, it gets some good moves. It gets Frost Breath, which I am going to be running, because crits go through stat boosts and stuff like that, so it's a really handy move to have. Plus, when you're critting on a move, you're getting 1.5 times the damage. It's essentially the same as an Ice Beam, but it goes through attacks. It's pretty good. So, other than Frost Breath and like Ice Beam, Glaceon really doesn't get too much on its moveset. It really doesn't. You could argue that it gets things like Shadow Ball and Signal Beam. They are not what I'm looking for. We'll run Shadow Ball because it's a little bit powerful, but other than that, this is where things start getting weird, okay? We're going to be running Water Pulse. The reason why, it hits Rock types, and it hits Fire types. The other thing we're going to be running is we're going to be running Hidden Power Grass. Now you might be wondering, why the hell am I running this thing with these weird low power moves? You'll see, you'll see. Either way, we're going to be running this thing with a little bit of speed investment, which, yep, speed investment on Glaceon. I know, it looks weird, but just bear with it. And we're also going to be pairing this thing with a Baton Passing Ninjask with Speed Boost. This might be terrible. This might actually be terrible. Some of you might have tried something like this with just a random Pokemon, you give it a speed boost and you see how it performs. I have not done this with Glaceon, I'm trying it. So for Ninjask, you're so fast, you have to be called Sonic, okay? That's the only thing we can call this thing. We are going to be giving you, obviously, Baton Pass. Obviously. There's no point giving anything like Agility or Swords Dance or anything like that, because we can only pass Speed. So we'll give it that. I kind of want to give it Final Gambit, because as we're so fast, we may as well do a load of damage to something. If it can take something out with its speed, then that's great. I want to give this thing Protect. Definitely want to run Protect, so we can get a speed boost or two up. And I also want to run the Substitute. Not gonna lie, I really want to run Substitute. Which means Focus Sash may not actually be all that good. I mean, it can be there just in case. There's no harm in having a Focus Sash on just in case. There's a chance we could lead off with Ninjask, get a speed boost, get hit by a really strong attack, you know, not be able to substitute and just have to Baton Pass with whatever speed we have. It's still the smartest thing to do. And as for EVs, I'm probably going to want you with... See, here it's made this very, 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 very fast. I don't know if I need this thing this fast. Because when you're running Protect Speed Boost, honestly, you don't need this much speed. I could run some defense, but if we bring it in on something that's like set up and we just want a Final Gambit, you know, we'll just roll with it. We'll roll with the recommended set, why not? So, we have this pairing, but we don't really have a core. These Pokemon are both weak to fire, both really weak to rock. That is a huge part of this. Meaning I can't run Defensive Avalok, which would have been really nice in all honesty. I don't really know what cores there are in PU. PU doesn't strike me as great. Oh, Weakness Posse Golem could be fun. No. Fire... Rock. Oh dear. Well, the best thing for that would probably be like a Water type, and I know Eviolite Prinplup is something lots of people are running now. So Eviolite Prinplup would definitely be something I would keep in mind. I think we should run this specially defensive. Alright, we're going to try this. I've never actually tried Eviolite Prinplup. I'm trying everything this episode, apparently. You're like frickin' Pingu Jr. Yeah, you're Pingu Jr. Okay. As for a moveset, definitely Toxic, definitely Rest. Oh, do we run Rest, Sleep Talk? Oh, is that what I have to run? We'll give you Scald. We'll give you Sleep Talk. Oh. We are completely walled out by, like, water, poison, water, steel. So there's like a water steel type. We're so screwed. We should also make you specially defensive. Definitely wanting you specially defensive. We'll give you 8 points into your special attacks to make that Scald hit just a little bit harder. And also it rounds up to a nice 200 on a special attack. I like that. I like that a lot. What do you look like shiny? Ooh. No different. Ninjask? Gold Ninjask? Why not? And I'm pretty sure I made you shiny already. Yeah. I like that shiny. So, physically defensive Pokemon that pairs with a water type is anything that resists, or, well, isn't weak to grass or electric. We have a little bit of a fighting weakness. Obviously, the fire and rock is still there. Rock is still a huge weakness. I don't think there's any great Pokemon that resist rock in this tier. That would be like defensive ground types. But then they'd be weak to like grass and ice. We have an ice weakness. We're going to have a lot of weaknesses on this team because Ninjask and Glaceon just don't pair greatly, but I want to try it anyway. So I'm thinking I'm just going to go with something I know works, and that is defensive Duskdoor. I know for a fact this thing works because it gets like Will-O-Wisp, Pain Split, all those fun moves that everyone hates. It gets like Nightshade, and we'll also run Toxic on this too, so we can have lots of Toxic going. I would love it if this thing got Toxic Spikes in all honesty, but I don't think it does. So we don't need any physical attack on you. I don't know why it wants to make this thing... Oh, it wants it specially defensive because... Yeah, okay. Because we're running Will-O-Wisp to burn things anyway. So we will give this Leftovers. This set works, we know that. You're going to just be called Hug Me because honestly the way your arms move is terrifying and it makes you look like you're about to hug someone into oblivion. Alright, this team, it just looks worse and worse. We might change some things at the end. This isn't guaranteed. Like, this is not a guarantee. None of this is a guarantee apart from obviously we're probably going to be sticking with Glaceon. So, what are we looking at now? We're looking at still a huge fire and rock weakness. We need a ground type. We really need a ground type. Didn't I see Golem before? Weakness policy Golem. Oh, that could be fun. That could be really fun. See, my love to just make this fun is overtaking my love to make this actually usable. Because if I wanted to be serious, I'd probably run like Whiscash or something. With like Dragon Dance. But, oh, we're running Weakness Policy Golem. We're doing it. Weakness Policy, you're going to have Sturdy, obviously, so you can take a hit. You're going to have Rock Polish. Where's Rock Polish? You're going to have Earthquake, because main stab, base 100, why not? We're going to give you Stone Edge, because it's strong. You get Steamroller? Why do you get Steamroller? That's such a weird move. We're also going to give it Sucker Punch, because priority. This is going to be weird. So I'm pretty sure we get Rock Polish up, our speed doubles. Doubles. That makes us pretty fast. That brings us to nearly, like, that's like 380 speed. 378. Honestly, in PU, not a lot is going to outspeed that. Not a lot at all. So, what's Electrode speed? I'm not having an Electrode on the team. Electrode, a non-timid Electrode wouldn't outspeed. Alright, you know what? In that case, we're just going to run it Adamant and get the extra damage. Okay. So, this team is definitely something. Team is definitely something. I'm thinking I'm going to give this thing a Citrus Berry. I've been thinking about the item I'm going to give Glaceon for a while now. Going to go with the Citrus Berry. I'm also breaking the arm of my chair, but we're not going to talk about that. Golem. Golem. Easy. Easy name. Easy name. Last Pokemon. What do we want? Honestly, looking at electric types, an electric type wouldn't even be bad because it only had a ground weakness. I don't really have any guarantee for a Pokemon that I want. What types are we weak to? All of them. Got it. Dark and Ghost are definitely two that are pretty bad, especially Dark. Dark types are a problem. Although we do have... No, we really don't have anything to hit them with. Yeah, dark types are a huge problem. We at least have Sucker Punch on fricking Golem. But yeah, dark types definitely need to be dealt with. We also have a little bit of a weakness to electric, but I mean, we have a Golem, so I mean, it's not the worst. Oh dear. We have a little bit of a grass weakness. A little bit of a fighting weakness. A fairy type seems like it would be a pretty solid pickup. However, in PU, the fairy types we have are limited to like Wigglytuff, Mr. Mime, the Swirlix. Oh dear. Admittedly, if Swirlix was... Swirlix might not even be the worst. I mean, if you get an Unburdened Belly Drum up on like a swap or something, you could destroy things, but that is not going to happen. Instead, we're going to run... Do I really want to run another special attacker? I think I do. Unless this thing gets any physical fairy moves with like Power Up Punch. I don't think there's any real physical fairy moves, is there? There really isn't. There is. Oh, it's Play Rough, obviously, but that's like the only one. Okay, looks like we're making you special. We'll see how this goes. We will give you the Psychic, the Dazzling Gleam, for stab, obviously. Kinda want to run Nasty Plot. Just for some sheer damage. We're going to run Nasty Plot, and we're going to run Focus Blast, and we're going to see how that goes. This could be absolutely terrible. This could be absolutely great. You don't know. We're going to give you those 4 points into your physical defense, because your physical defense is pitiful, and priority moves are normally physical, stuff like that. As for an item, I think Life Orb would be the smartest thing to go with. Definitely feeling like the Life Orb would do a solid amount of damage. As for an ability, as we aren't running anything under 60 base power, we don't need Technician. Filter may be useful if we get hit by like a poison or a steel type move. That's probably not going to happen. I think Soundproof is probably the way to go. We'll see how that works out. This team looks actually horrible, and yes, you're being green. We're gonna name you just Frank. Frank the Mr. Mime. If your name is Frank, I am sorry. I am not saying you are a Mr. Mime, but it just fits. So the team is valid. I'm not 100% sure on this. I'm going to have a quick look over. I'm going to make some decisions here. We have a lot of special attackers. Our physical attackers consist of like Golem, which is really situational. So that is definitely something. Kind of tempted to get rid of the substitute on Ninjask and replace it with something like X-Scissor. Or maybe U-Turn. U-Turn would be a little bit better, I feel. Okay, we're gonna do that. We're gonna go with U-Turn instead. It might pay off, it may not, but either way, it's a little bit more physical prowess, which we need. Basically, we're relying on Candace just wrecking things with a modest nature, with some speed, and we're really gonna hope that it can put in some work. We're really gonna hope. I kind of don't want that much speed investment either. You know what, we're just gonna bring it to 225. I trust that number. I trust that number solidly. Okay. I'm kind of just playing about with EVs. I don't even know why I'm doing that. I don't need to do that. Okay, either way. That looks like it's going to be our team. We're going to give it a go, okay? We're going to give this a go. I am not saying by any means that I think this team is going to do well. I honestly feel like this team is going to be absolutely terrible. But you know what? This episode, we're trying things. We've done this for 48 weeks, and I have not tried enough things. So, we'll see how it goes. If you guys have enjoyed this team builder, leave a like down below, hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, bye!